Sometime in the fall of 2004, I watched this animation for the first time. I was 17. I was president of my high school Latin club. It was love at first sight. In case you aren't familiar, Rome Total War is a turn-based strategy game that combines empire building with fast-paced battles. There's an imperial campaign. You can also fight historical battles. Or, if you're so inclined, you can make your own. The sometimes bizarre units that appeared in the game's battles were always part of the fun. Here, for instance, we have a band of British head hurlers battling a pack of naked fanatics. These particular units sprang more or less directly from the fevered imaginations of the game developers. But many others, including some very surprising ones, had at least a tenuous foothold in fact. This video takes a quick look at 4 examples. Without any further ado, number 4, Incendiary Pigs. In Rome Total War, these are exactly what they sound like. A bunch of pigs that burst into flame when driven into enemy lines. Historically speaking, the vast majority of the hogs that accompanied ancient armies were destined for the dining hall. But for a time, Incendiary Pigs really did serve an important tactical function, stopping war elephants. Although none of the ways to counter an elephant charge were reliable or pleasant, flaming pigs were the acme of pachyderm prevention. They were first used during the wars of Alexander's successors, when the elephants of Antigonus I were stampeded by a swarm of pitch-smeared swine. Similar tricks were used a few times over the following century, though they became less effective once generals learned to accustom elephants to squealing by keeping pigs in their stables. In the interests of historical fidelity, I pitted pigs against war elephants in a Rome Total War custom battle. It did not go well for the pigs.
Today the enemy has snatched a victory that is undeserved, but the tree of victory can grow.
I tried again with different parameters, and this happened.
Roman honor is intact, but our Roman glory lies in tatters after this defeat.
Moving on, we come to number 3, Screeching Women. When playing as the Germans in Rome Total War, you can train units of female warriors with a unique battlefield presence. So, are these high-volume Valkyries historical? Sort of. When German warriors fought, their wives and female relatives stood behind them, shouting out encouragement and shaming anyone who showed signs of wavering. But these women did not fight in the front lines, unlike their counterparts in Rome Total War, who have cleavers and can absolutely destroy incendiary pigs.
The enemy snatched victory at the last.
Number 2, Headhunting Maidens. If you thought the Screeching Maidens were hardcore, you ain't seen nothing yet. In Rome Total War, the Scythians, nomads of the Ukrainian steppe, have several outstanding cavalry units. But none are so ferocious as the Headhunting Maidens, mounted women with an abiding love of battle axes. The evidence for Headhunting Maidens, or at least Scythian women with weapons and a hearty willingness to use them, comes primarily from the Greek historian Herodotus, who claims that the women of one Scythian tribe were not allowed to marry until they had killed a man in battle. Herodotus observes elsewhere that Scythian warriors collected the heads of those they slew in battle and made cloaks and napkins from their enemies' skins. Herodotus didn't always get his facts straight, but the presence of weapons in the tombs of elite Scythian women appears to confirm their presence on the battlefield. We don't know whether they fought in units or how devoted they were to headhunting, but it seems more likely than not that something like Rome Total War's Headhunting Maidens really did menace the steppes. Finally, number 1, the Arcani. In Rome Total War, Arcani are elite infantry units. They are, for all intents and purposes, Roman ninjas, and as such, they are objectively awesome. But are they historical? Although there was never any battlefield unit remotely like Rome Total War's vision of them, the Arcani existed. Our only evidence for their activities is a mention by the late antique historian Ammianus Marcellinus, who reports that they operated in northern Britain, gathering information from hostile tribes. We have no idea what they looked like. As far as I can tell, the appearance of the Arcani in the game is based on a blend of gladiator armor and the ceremonial masks sometimes worn by Roman troops on parade. From morbid curiosity, I created a custom battle pitting the Arcani against headhunting maidens, against screeching women, against incendiary pigs. So, to summarize, as that plays out in the background, the Arcani weren't actually ninjas. The head-hunting maidens may not have been unduly fond of heads. The screeching women did their wailing from the sidelines, and incendiary pigs were a short-lived fad. But they all existed, and that, for the purposes of this video, is what matters. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting Told in Stone on Patreon. You might also be interested in my book, Naked Statues, Fat Gladiators, and War Elephants. Thanks for watching.